Greetings, muses. I'm Erica Papillon Posey, and welcome to another episode of Suits Souls by EPP, where I inspire you toward your style muse with timeless, classic, prim looks from my boudoir, as well as some content to assist you in your very best lifestyle. And as a reminder, hang out until the end for the mini photo shoot that I provide for you at the conclusion of this episode. And in today's episode, we're talking about power dressing. That's right, power dressing. And some Pitti Uomo updates. I don't know how long you've been with me, but if you know anything about this channel, suits are my vibe, suits are my thing, and suits are my happy place. And Pitti Uomo is where it's at for me. So it is not just the general fashion week that we know of, primarily like here in New York, where Fashion Week takes place essentially. I think it is September and February, if I am not mistaken. But Pitti Uomo is like the equivalent of Men's Fashion Week that is held biannually in January and in June. That's right, this coming June. For men around the world, men's fashion. It is not just a fashion show, but it is more like a trade show for menswear. What's new, what's happening amongst menswear, men's designers, also textiles and the like, anything of or having to do with men's fashion. So you know I need to be there. This will be my second year attending. And ironically, Pitti Uomo happens just after the tour. So once we're concluding the tour, I'm going right into Pitti Uomo, which is why I am staying on additional time. And I wanted to present to you today some of those power looks that I plan on premiering at this year's Pitti Uomo. But just a little bit more background on Pitti Uomo and how it actually started. Now, it actually originated in 1972 in Florence, Italy. It began as like a niche event focused on elevating Italian menswear and has since evolved into a global benchmark for men's fashion. And over the decades, Pitti Uomo has expanded its scope, incorporating international designers, lifestyle brands, cutting-edge trends, while still celebrating the craftsmanship and heritage of classic men's wear. Some of the major features of Pitti Uomo is the trade show and exhibition part of the week of events, a street style hub. So yes, you have men from not just the country of Italy, but from all over the world who converge on Florence, Italy twice annually to show up and show out in their most beautiful, best bespoke suits ever. And it's amazing. I'm super excited about attending this year's. Again, this is my second year. Last year was my first, and it's going to be popping. So yes, the 3 style inspirations that I have for you today are going to be some of the looks that I take with me, and I want to know your thoughts on them and get, if you have a preference or two. The entire extravaganza happens over a 4-day period, with culminating in a huge blowout on the evening of the 5th day. I don't plan on attending that 5th evening, but primarily the 4 days. So I'm showing you 3 looks today, but you've actually already seen 2 of them in my last video. That's right. So you'll let me know what you think about these looks for this upcoming June 2025 Pitti Uomo trade show, fashion show, exhibition in Florence, Italy. But as it relates to power dressing, I wanted to give you a little bit of background about men's suits and menswear, because technically that's where we get, obviously, suiting from. And suiting, in terms of modern day suiting, actually came about by Beau Brummel. Beau Brummel and his brother George Brian Brummel in the early 19th century in England really were those two really did pioneer modern suiting as we know it today. Brummel was a British fashion icon who popularized tailored, understated elegance for men, favoring fitted trousers, crisp white shirts, and tailored jackets over the ornate styles of the previous centuries. However, the suit truly began to evolve in its modern form during the mid to late 1800s, thanks to innovations by Savile Row tailors in London. That's right. Now, they refined the cut and construction. Later, King Edward VII and his brother, King Edward VIII, Duke of Windsor, influenced styles like the lounge suit and the double-breasted designs. And today, specifically, one of the looks that I'm going to be featuring for you has what we call, it is like the predecessor to ties, modern ties. Yes, ties like men wear with their suiting. You've seen me wear ties and present ties to you in previous looks as well. But the predecessor to the modern invention of the tie was something called the Regency cravat. That's right. And it is the way that men actually wrapped their necks. It was a sign of elevated, haughty dressing and really did mark the aristocracy. And people really did gravitate toward this style of dress and this way of dress so as to basically look the way the aristocracy looked and dress the way the aristocracy dressed. So if you were seen dressed in this type of fashion, then you were thought to be somebody or on your way to being someone. You know, we have a tendency to mimic what the wealthy does anyway. That's nothing surprising. That is nothing new. So people really did take on the style aesthetic and fashions of the aristocracy of the day as a show of elevation, of style, of class, of sophistication. So I'm going to show you today a look that features the Regency cravat. Again, predecessor to modern day ties as we know them. Now, where power dressing is concerned, power dressing specifically for women, because I think what I do is power dressing, especially that's going to be showcased in these looks today. You've seen me wear looks like this before, but I take great pride in trying to elevate my style through power dressing, specifically using women's suiting, but influenced by the man's silhouette. Power dressing refers to a style of clothing that conveys authority, confidence, and competence, particularly in professional and formal settings. Emerging in the late 1970s and gaining prominence through the 1980s, power dressing became a way for women to assert their presence in male-dominated industries, blending femininity with strong, structured silhouettes. Now, come on, is that me? Or is that me? Yeah. And some key elements of power dressing is tailored pieces. So like sharp fitted blazers or trousers and crisp shirts that enhance a commanding, demanding, fortified look. Yeah. Or neutral tones, navy, blacks, grays, beiges that dominate are often accented with bold colors for impact, such as the colors you see me wearing today. And then minimalist accessories. So not only just minimal accessories, but minimalist accessories. Jewelry, handbags, and shoes that are chosen for sophistication rather than flashiness. Again, as will be evidenced in the three style inspirations that you see today. And then structured silhouettes, shoulder pads, cinched waist, a clean line that reflect poise and control. That's right. Everything that needs to be in its place and everything has its place. And the role of suits in power dressing, suits really are the cornerstone of women's power dressing. They symbolize authority and professionalism, bridging traditional masculine attire with feminine elegance, offering versatility. adapting to boardrooms, presentations, and public appearances. They create uniformity, projecting a polished image and helping women to be judged on their merit rather than their appearance. Yeah. They empower self-perception, giving the wearer a psychological boost of confidence and control. So yes, modern interpretations of power dressing have evolved to include more color, texture, personalized touches, which is what you see me do. But suits remain a timeless emblem of strength and sophistication in women's dress and women's fashion. Now let's get into those 3 style inspirations that all exhibit power dressing, as well as my inspirations for this year's Pitti Uomo. Enjoy with look number 1. Look number 1 is this fire Zara suit. All right. Zara. You know, Zara has been doing it for me lately. This suit is really like a muted gold look. It is, I call it my Oscar look. Yeah. But it's not as shiny and bright. It is very, again, understated elegance. This hue, this shade of gold, as you can tell, my way of taking this blazer and elevating it. And it's actually a suit. Yeah. It came with the trousers, matching trousers. But of course, all of the detail is in the actual silhouette, as you can tell from the video here, the silhouette of the blazer, and me adorning it with these accessories, these accoutrements, as the French would say, accessories, right? With all of these beautiful little individual flies that I put on the blazer to give it some character and some depth and some interest. Yeah. The blazer is completely lined, pockets on both sides. It is single breasted, of course, with the venting on the back. It fits beautifully. Again, the silhouette is flawless. And I further accessorize the look with this scarf. Now, to give it some more drama, and also so that you can take this look into evening, because I plan on doing this. We're going to be having some long hours at Pitti Uomo. So I went in with this beautiful scarf here. I don't know if you can tell, but it has like a metallic shimmer to it. It is a metallic gold shimmer that just further accessorizes and just gives this look some overall additional character, right? And what accessories did I go with? Look, you're gonna spit when you see this handbag. This is a new handbag to my collezione. If I cannot stop acquiring handbags, I'm going to need you all to lock me up and throw away the key, because shoes and handbags make a look to me. As I said, in terms of some of the characteristics of power dressing, as I read them to you previously here, when you are presenting a look that really does exhibit and highlight power dressing at its best, the accessories are elegant, again, but understated, but still give an indication of refinement and thought in how one put the look together. And these accessories, this handbag in particular, is exactly what I'm talking about. This is a new acquisition of mine from Acadia Bags. You know that I love this Italian brand. Again, known for its quality and craftsmanship. Acadia bags are timeless. Again, an Italian brand. Look at the beauty of the hardware and the simplicity but elevated nature of the hardware on this handbag. As you can tell, it is patent leather. This is how you open the bag. Look at that. Directly from Acadia. Yes, it does come with a strap for crossbody shoulder wear. As you know, 100% leather. This bag actually retails for $500. The few that I found online, $500. It is sold out in most places. If I can find it and source it for you, I will definitely putting the link in the description. But I actually paid a cool $159 for this bag. Yes, I love it when I find a coup. I love it. Isn't she gorgeous? And you know me, you know she was coming home with me when I saw that she's in satchel form. Look, caught my eye and I was fit to be tied. I was just done for. She is stellar. And the shoes that I had, that I styled with this look, are my Michael Kors Martina platform heels, these sandals here that has the little dangly, the little, again, accoutrement that goes around the ankle, the anklet of the shoe. Again, it sits on a 2.5-inch platform, giving me some elevation because I am vertically challenged at 5'2". But this look is fabulous. Tell me what you think about this look number 1. And if this one should be on my list of yes to take with me to Pitti Uomo, you let me know what you think. I was feeling myself in that look. That look was straight fire, right? Again, that is my Oscar look. Now we're moving on to look number 2. As you might imagine, it is the top that I'm wearing that I actually layered under this, again, Zara suit with the very same silhouette as the gold suit that you just saw. Again, tight in the waist, just the way I like it, especially as someone with a short torso. So not only am I a petite girl, but I have a short torso as well. The silhouette on these blazers that Zara has been doing really sit beautifully and comfortably. And the silhouette is just perfection for my particular frame and body type. Again, what Zara is doing, they need to keep doing for me because I'm going to keep shopping with Zara. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I can't wait so that to get back to Florence to see what they have in the Zara over there because I know it's going to be fire. I know it's going to be fire. And remember, I told you that the stores in Florence, the stores in Italy, period, carry lots of things that the stores here in the States do not carry. So I can't wait to get back over there and see what new offerings I can acquire to stick in my bag so that I can come back to the United States a happy girl. But this suit is one of the acquisitions that I got at a recent Zara trip here in the US. And I say recent, I think it's been maybe a couple months or something like that. But it also comes with the matching trousers, just like the gold suit that I just showed you. And again, I layered with the top that I'm wearing under it. I just, unbuttoned it here. But this is a beautiful number as well. And how did I accessorize this look? I actually went with the juxtaposition of what's going on in the top. I brought out the red really against this fuchsia color and this softer pink. And I went in with these accessories. This is one of my newer Nina Shoes acquisition. Now it's called Nina Shoes, but they actually have beautiful handbags. I actually never purchased Nina Shoes, the shoes at Nina Shoes. I don't really care for any of their shoes, but their handbags, I have a number of Nina handbags in my collezione. And this was a newer acquisition I purchased at Nordstrom just a few weeks ago. She is gorgeous. She does come with a chain for crossbody shoulder wear. I have the paper that's still in here. Chain for crossbody shoulder wear. She is a satin clutch. And I just love a clutch that has some definition to it, but still has some whimsy to it, some structure to it. Again, another defining element of power dressing. Accessories that have structure, but still some simplicity to it, right? Understated elegance, yeah? And I think it was beautifully further highlighted by, these are also my Nina shoes. And I know I just said to you that I don't purchase any of the Nina shoes, but this is actually the only pair of Nina shoes that I have in my collection. And look at the perfection in this. Look at the perfection. The satin balances each other just fabulously, right? Are these not divine? I have had these about 15 years. They are my stage shoes. I still wear them, of course. The shoes are made beautifully. The construction, the silhouette, all right up my alley. And as you can tell from the Michael Kors Martinas that I have, this has always been a defining silhouette in shoe wear for me, which is just a reason I really love these and I'll never get rid of these. But this is what I did for that look. Simply stated, along with the jewelry that I'm wearing here. I did go ahead and accessorize with the rings, my hand candy that I'm wearing here. Tell me what you think about this look. Is this a keeper as well for my Pitti Uomo outing, my second go round at Pitti? You let me know what you think about look number 2, this red satin against that fuchsia Zara suit. Look number 3. Now look, I was really feeling number 3. I really want to know your thoughts about look number 3. I am actually leaning toward, for sure, with all certainty, bringing this look with me to Pitti Uomo, because it really is more of a casual, relaxed, comfortable men's silhouette and men's look altogether. But this is from, and I actually showed you this suiting about a year ago that I purchased from Banana Republic factory a year ago on this big haul that I did. I never styled it for you, I don't think, but this is definitely the first time that I'm styling it for you, but I did show it to you in a haul again about a year ago. But this is these are the trousers. I actually cuffed the trousers at the bottom. I've been really into cuffing my trousers lately. It keeps me from having to, do all this adjusting. And I like having the cuff in the trouser so that you can also see my shoes. I don't always want my shoes to be covered up. And in this instance, the shoes were an integral key part of the look because of the juxtaposition of the patterns going on, but still marrying all of these colors together for a cohesive, a really structured masculine look. And then it, of course, comes with this vest. And I like the vest because it has the draw in the back there so that you can cinch it in for an even tighter, again, structured cinching of the waist. Again, another key element of power dressing, power suiting and power dressing. So look at that. And I don't know if you can tell, it has pinstripes in it and it is linen. So this is a 100% linen set here from Banana Republic factory. As I said, I did layer with this top ivory colored shirt in the same hue and color family from H&M. It's just a basic button down from H&M. I like this one because of the oversized dramatic cuffs on the wrist area there. Flawless. But look, the accessories, in addition to the actual fit of this suiting, made the look. How so? I went in with these new acquisitions, these shoots. Look at that. In this leopard print here. God, I really love the richness of the colors in this leopard print. You know, you can get leopard print in different variations, right? Different size of the leopard print itself, the print itself, but again, different variations in terms of colors of the leopard print. And this color, because you know where I'm going, you can see it over my shoulder here with this bag, which is from almost like the Margot family. And yes, as you can tell, I did wear the scarf as well. It is this scarf that I actually tied for you in the Regency cravat. That's right. Again, the predecessor to the modern day tie. Look at this color family. Look at it. Oh, it's beautiful. And this is actually the color scheme, the palette, the capsule color that I'm actually taking with me to Italy. So I'm going to be there just over 3 weeks. And this basically, including yellow, is my color family. This color and yellow make up my color story for everything that I'm taking with me for my travels to Italy this summer. Let me know what you think. This is also a newer acquisition to my borse. Borse is purse, handbags, collezione, borse collezione. That's right. Oh my God. The look. Now, when I say it's a new acquisition, I think I told you these are shoots, right? When I say my new acquisition, this handbag is actually another one from Mad Bag. Remember, I showed you a bag previously in a previous episode, a newer acquisition that I purchased from a store. You can actually get their bags online as well. I will link it for you in the description, but their bags are flawless. These are made 100% in Italy, finely crafted Italian leather in Rome. They are an online store, but they do have a brick and mortar warehouse in the heart of Rome. And your girl is getting ready to go visit. When I get there, I'm doing a sojourn to Rome so that I can stop at the warehouse and just see what other offerings there are. But these are fine, 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 fine. When I say fine, when you feel how wonderful the leather is, oh, creme de la creme. That's French, but we're talking about Italy, okay? Mad Bag. They always have fabulous discounts on the website. This is my second Mad Bag acquisition. And I hope I find something else when I go, because I'm getting ready to live it up this trip. I don't mean live it up in terms of spending a lot, but there are key things that I'm looking for in my shopping excursions when I go back this particular time. So I'll let you know what I find. Of course, I'll let you know what I find, because I'm going to find something good. But let me know what you think about this look to take with me to Pitti Uomo as well. It's going to be piping hot, literally and figuratively. I can't wait. I want to take you with me during some of this, the tour, Pitti Uomo. Stay tuned. It's going to be a really busy time, so don't hold me to it. Forgive me if I'm missing in action for a minute, but I'm super excited. I have so much to do before leaving the United States, but it's good. It's good busy. It's good busy. And yeah, it's going to be a wonderful summer. I hope that you all have a wonderful summer as well. You've got big things planned, as do I. And I'm anxious to hear about your summer excursions, your summer travels. And, you know, just, well, even if you're not doing anything, and this is just some time for mental health, self-care, relaxation, mental wellness, and the like, then do that as well. You don't always have to be on the road and hustling and bustling, especially in this economy, which brings me to a point that I wanted to remind you about those tariffs. The tariffs have actually been reduced to 10% where China is concerned. Remember, they had gone up, ballooned up to 145% tariffs that were imposed on China. And in doing so, they imposed tariffs on us. Well, those tariffs have been reduced to 10%, which is still higher than they were prior, but 145 to 10%, I'll take the 10% any day. Yeah. If that's the concession at this moment, we still have a dumpster fire in the administration, but it just goes to show you the lack of sophistication, the lack of education, and the lack of just wherewithal, period, in terms of how government should work that we have going on with this current administration. I will always keep you posted as to what's going on economically, but feel safe in knowing that for the moment, those tariffs have been reduced from 145% to 10%, specifically where China is concerned. And that's it for our episode of Suits Souls by EPP. And don't forget to head on over to Instagram and follow me there at Suits Souls by EPP. And if you're not already doing so, please hit that like and subscribe button for notifications on all new episodes. But until we meet again, à bientôt, muses. Bye. Double leather, labels a squick, rich mocha hue, melanin